Hi there. I want to say a few words today about Pliers and you. And this is where we get to the nitty-gritty of the players in our lives. And firstly, I want to say a little bit about Playas and our safe relationship training, and to remind us that when we go out there on the dating mart, we may come across a whole host of different types of characters, and that's useful to bear in mind, and also to have a mindset that is consciously aware of that fact that we're going to meet a whole load of different situations, and that we need to be prepared beforehand so that we have our safe relationship toolbox to hand, and we have our dating smarts switched firmly to on, so that we can honour every part of ourselves. And I want to speak today a little about players and you, and how we can arm ourselves and become tooled up, as I like to say it, so that we can be aware and we can take appropriate action as far as our sexuality is concerned, and as far as our persona is concerned, and as far as our health is concerned. And the players in our lives, particularly very narcissistic players, will be often looking to see what is on offer and what there is for the taking. And our behaviour is very important to bear in mind in this respect, because how we present ourselves, and I'm not talking about how we are dressed, but how we are coming across, and how aware we are, and how we're presenting that to the other person, will by and large be a great determinant as far as whether that player goes for it or not. Because players very rarely will waste their time. And the reason for that is that there are a lot of people out there who are potentially waiting in the wings to be played, and they may even have, as is often the case, a lot of people already waiting on the relationship bench for them to come back in order to dip in and out. So players are not stupid. They know what they're doing, usually, and they know what they want. And generally, if they've done their research, they know whether someone is going to give them what they want. And quite often, narcissistic players will target vulnerability and target those who are more likely to give them what they want, whether that's sexually, whether that's as far as any material goods are concerned, or whether it's as far as anything, as far as their personality is concerned, and the person's character. Because someone who is very conscientious, for instance, is more likely to want to support someone else and to give them certain things, if they are very conscientious as far as a relationship is concerned. So players are often very targeted mindsets, and in this video I want to talk about us being able to protect our persona and our sexuality, which again, as I say, has nothing to do with what we're wearing so much as how we're coming across and our ability to take action should we need to get out of there quick. So Part of our safe dating toolbox is being aware of what we need to do in the moment and how we need to behave and how we need to maintain our boundaries and a strong sense of self, as well as knowing what we really want. And so when we go out there, it's not all about having a great time, but of course we want to do that. We want to have fun. It's also about having a sensible mindset and saying, look, these are the things that I'm not going to do. I don't want casuality. I want to maintain my integrity. I have a strong sense of self. I have high self-esteem. Look at my video on dating and self-esteem for that one. And above all, I'm going to remain safe and take my safe relationship toolbox with me at all times, because I value myself and I'm not going to just throw myself out there willy-nilly and put myself into danger, for instance. So a cool and sophisticated thing to do is to be very prepared, and this takes time. It takes us being serious about our personal development and serious about the type of partners that we want to attract, and serious about doing the relevant research and preparation that we need to do, so that at the end of the day we don't only value a partner, but throughout that process we've also valued ourselves above all and our safety, because we have a life apart from any partnership, and that life needs to be maintained and it needs to remain safe and secure and empowered on every level, and we need to value that life and cherish it primarily, and to not allow any relationship, no matter where it is or who it is with, to such an extent that we compromise our life and our health and our future. So pliers will often target those who are likely to give them what they want. If we present ourselves as someone who doesn't know what's going on, for instance, or is very naive, or maybe very easy in terms of handing over whatever goods they want, then these people are more likely to be targeted. So whatever age you are and whatever your situation is in life, it's a good idea to have high self-esteem, tool yourself up with lots of information about the various characters you're likely to meet and the different types of Pliers techniques, which usually involves being very complimentary, very flirty, very sexual, may even push you into a sexual engagement in the first conversation, may have a very sexual energy that you can actually feel coming through. And that sexual energy that they put forth is often because Pliers know women very well, and female players know men very well. And usually they will target the ego, both of them, in order to draw someone in and to keep them on the hook, and perhaps to eventually put them on the relationship bench for later, so that they can go on and to continue to stockpile their little hoard of options for the future. So Pliers targeting you or anyone else may potentially be because they know that you are more likely to hand over the goods. And it's less work and it's less effort and time if they target someone who's going to give them what they want, rather than target someone who has high self-esteem, knows exactly what they want in a partner, and isn't going to compromise themselves. So it's not always a compliment when someone wants to have sex with us. And that's something we need to get our head around. Yes? Because there are a lot of attractive people out there. And for some people, they will want to have sex with a lot of people. So, they don't necessarily single someone out because they're the only one that they want physically. So it's very important to prepare before we go out there on the dating scene and be very consciously aware of these aspects of the players in our lives who will target sometimes specifically and often disappear if they do not get what they want. Or another option may be that they will pop us on the relationship bench so they're waiting until we are ready to give them what they want, whilst they go out there and see what else is on offer. So they're not wasting any time that way, and you're put on the back burner waiting anyway. And so it's quite a good idea to be wary, to be careful, and to have very high self-esteem as far as our own sexuality is concerned, and to understand that it hasn't been given to us for us to compromise it and throw it away on people who may potentially just want to really use us in the moment and not really want to see the value that we have to offer to a long-term relationship. So as always, stay safe and very happy. Bye-bye.